Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Pokemon Thursday, the day of the week where we like to sit down, talk about everything that's got to do with, what was that one, with Ainsley Harriet, Ready Steady Cook, was it? Where he had like the green kitchen. We're gonna talk all about, no, it wasn't nice. It was, what was the meme of his face? Yeah, boy face, where it's like, yeah, boy. Was it that one? I can't fucking remember. We're here to talk about Ainsley Harriet. We're not really, it's Pokemon. Yes, more importantly, we actually have people that like, well, I don't know if you like us, you might think I'm still a fat, annoying twat. I've got the Newcastle United Wolves highlights in the background. At the time of watching this video, this happened like a couple of weeks ago, but I'm rewatching it for whatever reason. As Newcastle have literally just scored. I didn't even mean to freeze it there. But visuals, we actually do have a visual in the comments. The evidence, proof. Somebody's like, do dark type. Not at the time they asked, I already had the fire type pre-recorded. But I'm doing dark type. So please, in the comments below, thinking they also put up their list of their favourite water type, which is a great list. I never really thought to include megas. Granted, I know certain megas get different typings. You know, you can go for like, Charizard gets dragon, Gyarados gets dark typing, Primal Groudon gets the fire. You know, that kind of stuff. I've never really thought to include them. I'm just going off the... But maybe I should have really, actually, when you think about it. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being typical fat, stupid idiot me. You'll have to let us know in the comments. But... was it Brambles, I think your name was. I've got the picture of it anyway. So I do have proof that somebody's actually commented saying, do dark type, or if it just made this up. So we're doing dark type. Where do I rank dark types in my favourite type? It's a hard one. I don't mind the dark type, but I wouldn't necessarily say I love the dark typing. It's okay. It's decent. It was a nice addition when they added it in Generation 2. But it's probably a meh, I'd say, type of me. It's a meh. It's a positive meh. It isn't exactly it. Your fucking nose just went right down my finger. That makes no sense when I've got dog snot on it. Guys, please, again, Ravels, if you could, let us know your favourite dark types in the comments below. Will you just keep making a mess of my bed? And let us know what type you want to do next. Who have we gone through now? We've got the flying out the way, the grass, the water, the fire, now the dark typing. So we're getting a nice way through this. But visuals, are we ready? Here are my 10 favourite dark type Pokemon of all time. This was a little bit of a cop-out, because it's Chi-Yu, but it's, I don't know, this is a weird one, because I haven't really had enough time to fall in love with this Pokemon, or, I haven't really had enough time to fully explore it and have it on a different team, that kind of, you use it and whatnot, but there's something about this Pokemon that I genuinely do adore. The new legendary, like, what they called again, whatever the legendary group's called for the Paldea region, there was something about Chi-Yu that I fell in love with instantaneously, because the other ones we got like this saber-toothed tiger, this big slug-looking thing, this massive like bull ram, whatever it is. It's just cute little ass fiery goldfish. The design on this Pokemon is absolutely outstanding. I just think it looks fantastic, and I think the shiny form as well, if I'm correct, is blue. Do you mind, pal? And I can't help, as soon as I saw it and thought, oh my god, this is a cute little ass goldfish, little fiery goldfish, I fell in love with it. I just think it looks so amazing. But at the same time, it's so dumb because it's a little goldfish. And I don't know why. That's why it's a little bit of a cop-out. But I just have to add it to my top 10. Love the little fucker. But 9 is Pangoro. I couldn't find a decent gift for this one. So it's its shiny form. But just Pangoro. And I fucking love this son of a gun. Introducing our adventures into X and Y in the Kalos region. Pancham, absolutely amazing. But then I think this one goes more towards the fact that I love pandas in real life. The fact that they got this big ass fighting dark panda chewing on his bit of, whatever he wanted to chew on. The Detective Pikachu editions we see where it's sat chilling the Pangoro as a climber, it's just sat doing its own thing. I think this Pokemon looks amazing. I have a thing of always saying, I love Pokemon that have a proper Pokemon-y Pokemon feel. Regular viewers of the channel will know that I say that a lot. And I still don't quite justify what that means because it's an inner thing. But Pangoro, to me, has that Pokemon-y Pokemon feel. It just looks like a Pokemon. What are you kicking off about? Are you trying to eat my Greninja toy? Go! Have your ball! Fuck off! But I love Pangoro. I think he's a beast. I think he was a welcomed addition to the Kalos decks. I think he's a fantastic looking Pokemon. The type-ups... a little bit meh. I'm not a huge fan of the fighting dark typing, but just in terms of the Pokemon itself, like I would happily have had it just as a fighting, or I'd happily have it just as a dark typing. But hey, yo, it is what it is. But it looks great. Pangoro. Next up is another new one, and it's Roaring Moon. Technically a new Pokemon, technically not a new Pokemon, but Roaring Moon, again, just like Chi-Yu, introduced into the Scarlet and Violet region, the Scarlet and Violet games. As a Paradox Pokemon, it's the old ancient-y boy of the Salamence, looking more in this sort of mega form, but this Salamence is already a great Pokemon, great design, dragon flying, all that kind of carry on, but we changed now, we're Dragon Dark. And this design just looks so fucking amazing. A prehistoric-y, ancient-y, whatever we're calling these Pokemon design just looks fantastic for Salamence. The little sort of arrowhead-looking things on the wings, the way that it's the bottom half is the way it's shaped. It's ready for it to go into like a stealth but speedy sort of attack charge thing. The fact that when it's sat chilling, it's quite low to the ground. I feel like this thing would rip your face off if you just saw it in the wild. But a lot of the Paradox Pokemon, some of it's more to be fair, more the Violet Paradox Pokemon, the future again, whatever we call them, don't quite sit right with us. Whereas these ones really do. And I love Roaring Moon's design. I even love the name Roaring Moon. Just sounds absolutely insanely just scary and beautiful. Like, imagine if you were walking along one day and you just saw it in the sky and you're just making whatever noise it needs to make to be a roaring. I probably wouldn't make that noise, but it just looks outstanding. It's got a badass name, cool ass type up matchup. But Roaring Moon, I know it's a new Pokemon. I haven't, again, just like Chi-Yu, really been able to invest a lot of time in it like I have with other Pokemon, but it just looks so goddamn sexy. Can I say that about a Pokemon? I shouldn't really, but I did. Big grassy monkey boy, Zarude. This one is on the list because I fell in love with him even more with the film, the Secrets of the Jungle. Is that what the film was called? Whatever. When he was introduced, I thought this is a badass, cool looking Pokemon. I love me some grass types. I love me some crazy monkey ass action. Monkey ass action. I'm turning this very I just mean like monkeys going nuts. Like, you know, when you go to the zoo, and you see the monkeys, they're all swinging about. You think you just look badass and epic. I like monkeys, they're cool as shit. But this is our dark grass type boy. When he was introduced, I can't say that I was like, oh my god, amazing, but I was like, oh, that's pretty dope. And then we got to run around with him on the Isle of Armor and all that kind of shit, and be chasing after you like that. Like, oh my god, you are scary with your massive dangly scary arms. Then we got the film. We found out there's multiple Zarudes, but we get the one that has his little cape and his little, you know, it's the little girl's, I think it's the little girl's hoodie or whatever, blanket or whatever it was, and he just looks so cool. The eyes on this Pokemon are so menacing. I feel like if you were to look in a forest and you'd see it poking out, you'd be sort of hypnotized, and that's when it would rip your face off with its massive fucking hands. But I think it's a cool Pokemon. Plus, with the grass type in, it's always going to get a lot of love from me because I love me my grass types. But Zarude, beautiful. 6 is the literal embodiment of dark typing, I guess, but it's Darkrai, the nightmare Pokemon. I love that there's a kind of Freddy Krueger-esque sort of Pokemon in this world. I loved as well, actually, Darkrai, when you went to go challenge him in Legends Arceus, and he's, all right, pal, watch the camera, and he's sort of just chilling, doing his thing, like going around, you're like, oh my god, there's Darkrai. He is literally a horror story for the world of Pokemon. It's a fantastic design. It's a great Pokemon. A Pokemon that I've used plenty of time on plenty of different teams. I just think he's so handy and so useful. I love the whole, like I said, the scary aspect, the haunted, dark, Nightmare on Elm Street, whatever, you know, you're going to go to sleep, I'm going to go fuck you up in your dreams shenanigans. Plus, I like the whole dynamic between him and Cresselia. I like the story they give him in the Sinnoh games when you find out about the little boy in Dingy Town. He's better sleep and, you need to do this, new Nightmare Pokemon. I just think he's so fucking great. And was it not Darkrai that Ash beat? Was it not a Darkrai and a Latias that Ash beat in the Sinnoh League? It was, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was. When that fucking what's his name poured out, she had loads of legendaries. You're like, all right, no worries, pal. But Darkrai just looks great, even though when his sprite's just there, and like it's like a ghosty aspect, obviously because it's not ghost typing, but the whole ghosty thing, the way that it moves off the back of him, like his head bit and whatnot, it's just a scary looking motherfucker. I love me some Darkrai. 5 is Galarian Moltres. What the fuck are you eating? Are you eating, like, actually eating something, or are you just chewing something? Oh, you've made my pillow all slobbery. You're such a weird dog. Galarian Moltres, I friggin' loved when they introduced in the Crown Tundra stuff, the Galarian birds, well, the Cantonia birds with a Galarian form, the way that Zapdos come running in, Articuno being a psychic badass, and then Moltres coming in looking like this, pretty much like itself, but these dark ember flames as opposed to just regular normal fire flames and stuff. And I just think Galarian Moltres looks outstanding. My favourite out of the trio would probably be Zapdos out of the normal birds, but then when you get to the Galarian ones, I think Moltres, again design-wise, it looks fantastic. The jet black body with like the red and black flames coming off, but they're not flames, but they are flames. They're just dark shenanigans. I know a lot of people take the piss saying it's just a big flying turkey and whatnot. You know, it's people as at Pokemon Go, they modified the Fearos and stuff. They just fucking sort of added the animation and whatnot to it. See it, but he just looks outstanding. The cards as well. The cards like the Crown Zenith tins that we're getting recently. The promo card for him just looks great. It just stands out wherever he was. I remember when I was playing Pokemon Go, not that I play it much that anymore, and one appeared on my insets in the corner. I was like, oh my fucking god, this big old Galarian dark chicken boy just going nuts. I just think what a cool way to take an already epic, iconic, legendary Pokemon and just revitalize it. Because sometimes for me it doesn't work, you know, when we had the Alolan, Dugtrio, Diglett and shit. Yeah, okay, you've done what you've done. It doesn't look fantastic. Oh, the Slowbro shenanigans. Yeah, okay, you change it. It doesn't look fantastic. Moltres, Galarian Moltres. Oh, okay. Oh, no, wait a sec. You've made that look fucking beautiful and epic, and you've added shitloads of layers to that. It was a massive win for me when they introduced Galarian at Moltres. I think he's outstanding. He's on the list. What is Crawdon? And I haven't really got a... Yes, I've used him in plenty of teams, and I've had fun interactions with Crawdon, and I think it's a cool, solid enough Pokemon and whatnot. But I haven't really got any like fond memories of it. I just love the fact that Corphish, this derpy little sort of thing, because I fell in love with Corphish because, you know, it was on Ash's team and whatnot, evolves into this a bit more menacing looking thing, but it still has its derpy aspect. And I'm in love with Pokemon that are a bit of derpy derps. And I don't know why. I didn't feel it up there enough to make it on a water list. But then when I was thinking about dark typings, I love the fact that you've got this, like, again, Corphish will turn into a derpy looking, Corphish will turn into this, like, Crawdon, what is it, a lobster, whatever the fuck it is. But then you give it that dark element and you think, oh shit, you're going to be a sinister little bastard. And I bet you'll fucking grab some shit at the bottom of the ocean, bring it with your little claws and like stick out your belly and you just devour it. And I like the idea of this innocent, cute little Corphish turning into the sick, sadistic, horrible, menacing thing lurking at the bottom of the ocean. In my head, that's playing out perfectly. I'm probably not explaining it with my fat, stupid mouth and my crap words. But yeah, I fell in love with Crawdon because of my head of... Because I always like to think of Pokemon in the wild, how they really would be, you know, like Beedrills going out and really fucking shit up, and Ariados is out there waiting for the victims to web them up and stuff, and Tyranitar's just chewing people's heads off and stuff. And I like the idea of this lurking at the bottom of the ocean, just ready to... Because why is it that... This is something one of you guys could probably let me know. So why has it got the dark typing now? Why have they chucked dark typing on there? And I'm glad they have. I think it's quite cool. It's a nice... I was going to say unique. It's not really unique, but a nice mix-up. But yeah, Crawdon. There's something about that little bastard that I don't trust, and I fucking love it. And that's why he's so high on the list. That doesn't make sense, but to me it does. Alolan Muck, take a Pokemon that I already think is badass and amazing, and Pokemon that I love, and make him kind of rainbowy. Then you get Alolan Muck. Oh my god, what a fucking awesome Pokemon. He was used on my... Was it my first or my second playthrough? I can't remember now. He was used on an early playthrough of the Sun and Moon games. Maybe he was on my Sun team. Not my Moon team, because I did Moon first. Hey ho, whatever. But what a fucking awesome Pokemon. Like I said, Muck's already a G. He's an OG. He's a legendary in terms of being a G. And it's just like Galarian Moltres. It's one of the ones that you take an already established and iconic and amazing Pokemon, and you just add that little bit of flavour. And they didn't really add that much. Yes, they added a couple of little stones and whatnot. And I know the colour of change is a bit different, but it, you know, it just looks the same. It's a pile of goop moving around like, all right, I'm a pile of goop. But again, I love that. I love the story as well in the Alola region as to why they've changed to this and why they're doing all the colour changing and whatnot and how it's all moved about and stuff. And I just think it's so cool. I love sitting out on battle, just seeing the unique, you know, the yellows and that running down and whatnot. And it just looks so badass. And plus, like I said, Muck's, how can you not love Muck already? Muck's just this dumb, stupid idea, but at the same time, this beautiful idea to have a pile of just gunk and making a Pokemon. They've done this and they sprinkled some colour on top of it. They sprinkled some Skittles inside of it, and it's oh, hello Lamok, I fucking love you. Number 2 is Tyranitar. I fell in love with Tyranitar, and I love the idea of when Generation 1 come, and you had, this pseudo-legendary badass thing was Dragon, and it was all about, the dragons and whatnot. And I love that they thought, nope, this time around, Generation 2, we're just going to make it a Rocky Boy with some dark shenanigans going on. And I love that because, for me, the Dragon typing's amazing, but I like to make these other pseudo-legendaries a bit more, like Metagross, for example, as well. Psychic Steel. I like that. We don't always have to be mythical and dragon shenanigans. And when I did this the second time around, I was like, oh, this big dinosaur-looking, inspired by Godzilla sort of Pokemon, and that also feeds into my love and my like, you can't see it, my Godzilla posters right there. I've got figures of Godzilla, I've got figure of Godzilla there. I've got big old massive Godzilla down there. I've got Godzilla chilling behind my mini Goku there. Fucking love Godzilla. So if you're a Pokemon that's going to represent Godzilla, you're automatically going to be one of my favourite Pokemon, especially like typing shenanigans. And the early artwork as well for this stuff. I have fond nostalgic memories of all the early artwork of shit, whether it be on the cards, video game shenanigans, the anime moments, the little novelty stuff you'd get, the pogs and whatnot, and crisp packets and shit. And I always fell in love with this because it just felt like another true ultimate Pokemon in terms of a Pokemon-y Pokemon. That's something I keep saying. I'm sorry, I keep repeating myself, but it just really does. And I love Tyranitar. I love the whole line. I love Ash's interaction with Larvitar, and then, the T-Tar comes at the end. I love the fact that everyone calls it T-Tar. It's fucking hilarious to me. T-Tar. T-Tar, but Tyranitar, number 2. Number 1, of course, it's the Pokemon that I've got tattooed. It's Krookodile. In fact, it's the whole entire line. It's Sandile, it's Krokorok, it's Krookodile. Do I need to explain again over and over and over and over why I love these Pokemon? I've done it plenty of times in videos to explain what. How easy is it to show you guys what? Get your mouse there! Ah, fuck! I'm back up. I just fucking love these Pokemon. I love how cartoony-ish and stupid Krookodile can sometimes look, especially when it's got his glasses on, the Ash version. If Ash has got it on his team as well, I'm usually quite biased to it. Sandile's amazing. Krokorok's just fucking a badass the way he's just stood there just chilling. He goes from really cute and innocent to I'm a bit of a badass to like I'm a childish badass. I love the colour change as well, the drastic colour change. I love the typing. I love the fact that it's a ground crocodile instead of just a water one, and then they give it the ground and dark typing. I love the way in Scarlet Violet you can run around, you can see the Sandile's going through the sand. I love everything about this line. I love these designs of these Pokemon so fucking much. And yet again, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it, but I can't help it. But these are true Pokemon-y Pokemon. They just have that Pokemon look that they're supposed to be. They were always meant to be Pokemon. Generation 5 is one of my least favourite, if not my least favourite Pokemon games of all time. And it's probably one of my weakest decks. But by fucking God do these stand out. These stand out like such a sore thumb of like saving graces of that decks for me. Oh, fucking love Krookodile. I love Krokorok. And I love Sandile. And there we have it, visuals. That was my 10 favourite Dark-type Pokemon. Thank you once again. I'm sure I wrote your name, Rabbles. I'm sure it was Rabbles something or other. I could be wrong. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it because you took the time to actually make a list and I'm just like, I can't remember your name. But anybody, let us know in the comments below what list we should do next. Of course, by the time I think the Fire-type one hasn't even got up yet. So we might get different comments on that, and I have to say like I've pre-recorded Dark, but you can comment on the Dark one or whatever. We can work it all out. It will be fine. We'll sort it out. But visuals, my favourite Dark type Pokemon. Let me know yours. Let me know anything you want to let me know in the comments below. But visuals, thank you so much for watching. You guys are literally the fucking best. We'll keep being you and keep on. Keep it out.